welcome back. I'm your host, Jaime Rafferty. We're happy to have with us from the Green River District Health Department, Merritt Thomas, as well as Mary Higginbotham from the Cooperative Extension Office. Hello, ladies. How are you all doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad to have you. And we're going to be talking about the Better Bites program. But before we do that, we were talking before the camera started rolling. I'm not really great with titles. So, Merritt, if we could start with you, can you tell our audience what it is that you do for the health department?
Yes, I work in nutrition services and community education with the health department. I'm a registered dietitian.
Okay, very good. And Mary?
My position is the County Extension Agent for Family and Consumer Sciences. So I do a lot of educational programs and opportunities as resources for community members.
Well, and speaking of resources for community members, I'm familiar with Better Bites, and we're so happy to have you on. It's something that has been in several meetings that I've attended, and it's really exciting for Owensboro-Davis County. And so, Mary, can you give us a little bit of history on what Better Bites is for our audience?
Absolutely. The Better Bites Snack Strong program was actually launched in Lexington in Fayette County, Kentucky by the Lexington Tweens Coalition. Anita Courtney with the Lexington Tweens Coalition, this was kind of a brainchild of hers, and she had this great idea. The program is focused on addressing unhealthy snack and food options at community places where families and children congregate. So a community pool, a ball field, any area like that where people are visiting a concession stand to buy food and drink. So Lexington launched this program and really started with their local pools and changed out just a few menu items the first year. I believe it was 2011-ish when they started. Just kind of changing the menus to offer some healthier options, maybe some fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, low-fat yogurt, things like that. And the project has just been really successful in Lexington. So I believe in 2012 we were at a conference and learned about the project, and I was new to my position as an extension agent, and of course very excited, and was like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this in Owensboro-Davis County. It's a great program. So brought it back and started it here with our Healthy Horizons group, the Owensboro-Davis County Health Coalition, and the Obesity Action Team. And so we've been working on it since then, I feel like, for a few years.
Well, and Merritt, to kind of give a background of it, how did the coalition or the group come about choosing obesity and then the incorporation of Better Bites?
The timing was really perfect because in 2012, Green River District Health Department, GRAD, Owensboro Health, and a varied number of community partners through our Healthy Horizons here in Davis County and throughout Green River District did a community health needs assessment. And that's basically where you convene a large group of people, community citizens and those community partners, and you really drill down to determine what the health needs are in our community. And obesity was one of the areas identified not just in Davis County, but throughout the 7-county Green River District. So it was like perfect timing for everything beginning to come together. Mary was just moving to the area and starting her position, becoming familiar with Better Bites. So as the Obesity Action Team was formed to address the concern over obesity statistics, Better Bites seemed like just the logical fit for us.
And Mary, before as the dietitian, I know that Merritt has a wealth of knowledge of what, we're going to talk about what qualifies as a Better Bite, but I remember in one of the meetings, because I happen to be a part of this Healthy Horizons group in my full-time position, one of the suggestions that was made as a replacement for an unhealthy option were these chocolate-covered strawberries.
Chocolate-covered strawberries,
By Dole. I think
by
they're a
Dole
Dole product that can be found at local grocery stores.
Yeah.
They're a Better Bite, and they are an amazing bite for
Absolutely.
100 calories.
Yes, it is. You're right. It's made by Dole, and they have chocolate-covered bananas, strawberries, and pineapples. You can buy it in the frozen food section at Walmart, Kroger, your local grocery store, and so it's a frozen fruit covered in a dark chocolate. So it's just a healthier option than a sugar popsicle or a high-fat or high-calorie ice cream. And that was one of the options that we learned about whenever we went to Lexington and met with Anita Courtney, and really, we spent a whole day in Lexington learning about this program and how they did it, and she gave us some ideas and examples of things that they serve, and that was one of them. And everybody who tries them loves them.
Well, and it wasn't that I was apprehensive, because I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I was sold on Better Bites because it introduced me to the dark chocolate covered strawberry.
Right.
But now, Merritt, what would make an item a Better Bite for these community events, for these changes?
Well, as Mary mentioned, just a healthier nutrition profile. You're looking at reducing the sugar, things that have vitamins, nutrients in them that are healthy for our bodies. But basically, too, it starts off as a whole food. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, things like vegetable dippers, something made with whole grain, like a tortilla made into a quesadilla with lower fat cheese. You can use salsa, but the tortilla is a whole grain.
Right.
A whole grain Cheez-It in the right size portion has been a popular snack alternative because you're getting the benefit of that whole grain nutrition, but it's right size portioned as well.
We've worked with Lisa Sims with the Davis County Public Schools Food Service Department, and we've aligned our Better Bite Snack Strong program, the nutritional guidelines for Davis County, to align with the public school food service. So anything that can be served in a public school setting and follows those guidelines, those USDA guidelines, will qualify as a Better Bites. And we did that with the intent of introducing this first at community locations and then into the schools. So next year, we'll be working on putting that in after-school snack shops, in the cafeterias, things like that. So our nutritional guidelines are a little bit different than what they do in Lexington with their Better Bites, because it can be tailored to whatever works for your community. And we thought that was just going to be the easiest thing to do. So anything that can be sold or served in a public school setting would qualify as a Better Bites.
Well, and for continuity purposes, I think also it's letting the kids know what is served here. You're going to see something similar in the after school, and with that continuity, I think that they can bring that home to their parents.
Absolutely.
Well, with that said, I know I've been in areas. One of the locations you mentioned in Lexington was pools and so forth. What sites are being launched here in Davis County?
Currently, we have several sites that are launching the program. One of the first ones to jump on board was Owensboro Parks and Rec Department. So they have launched it at Craven's Pool, Combest Pool, and Fisher Park. If you visit any of those locations, they have Better Bites menu boards, so you'll see the Better Bites logo, and all of the healthier items are labeled with the Better Bites logo, so kids and families know which one are the healthier choices. We also have 2 county playgrounds that have jumped on board, West Louisville Playground Association as well as Whitesville. The Owensboro Family YMCA is the location. Girls Inc. is doing the Better Bites program for their girls that attend programs there. The Junior League of Owensboro, we're partnering with them with their Kids in the Kitchen, so they'll be doing promoting the Better Bites program as well. Am I forgetting any?
It's a long and growing
It's a list.
and it's a great group of community partners.
It's a living document. I mean, honestly, this is really, really exciting. And from where I began seeing it, even as a member of Healthy Horizons, this is very, very exciting.
The key thing is anywhere kids are, if there's that reinforcement with a positive, healthy snacking environment, a supportive environment that makes these types of foods accessible, and if everywhere they go, they see Better Bites, that really says a lot about our commitment to health in this community.
And I don't know the answer to this, but often what we see when you go to many restaurants is usually either fat content or calories, most likely. Is that included on there so they know that it's a 100-calorie snack, or do they know the caloric intake? Or
we haven't included that on any of the menu boards that we've done so far, like with the pools and Fisher Park and some of those places. We basically are just labeling those healthier options again with the logo. There's this Better Bites logo that you see. And so we think that, as when the kids are out, when they're at school, and then whenever they're out at the ball field, the pool, if they just see that Better Bites logo and they know, oh, I tried that at school, or I've had that at this location and I really like it. And so just bringing awareness to that logo and really getting that out in the community, I think is going to be a very important part of this project.
And for kids' sake, they do not need to focus on they need to focus on what's going in their body for fuel and not calories. But as adults, our eyes go to that. But what a great way even for us to retrain our brains to look at better and healthier options.
Right.
And you know, Merritt, there is also an initiative, the 5210, and I'm always afraid I'm going to get the numbers in the incorrect order, but I think I got it right.
You did.
Good.
Great.
Wonderful. Can you tell how Better Bites and this 5210 initiative go together and what that initiative is?
Sure. The 5210 initiative is the tagline, Healthy Numbers for Kentucky Families. And this is an initiative you may see in other states, but it's specifically, our logo is branded, Mary and I have it on our pins that we're wearing, but it's specifically branded for use in Kentucky. 5 focuses on 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. 2 is the no more than 2 hours of screen time, because that makes us more inactive. 1 is at least 1 hour of physical activity. That's especially important for children, but for adults, at least 30 minutes of physical activity a day. But if you're getting an hour because you're being active with your child, that's great too. And then 0 is 0 sugary sweetened beverages.
And that is so hard for many adults. I happen to not be one of them. I'm a water drinker. However, I remember making that switch. And when you do it when they're younger, isn't it so much easier to not have to wrestle with that?
The culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you all finding a positive reception from the groups that you're working with and the children? Honestly, as an organization, I think it would be easy to say, this is what we're going to do, but it's the feedback, I'm sure, of those that they're serving that helps continue it. Are you all seeing positive?
Absolutely. You know, like I said, Cravens and Combest Pools in Fisher Park already have their Better Bites menu boards up, and we've received great feedback that they're selling a lot of the Better Bites options. They're getting a lot of feedback from parents that parents really appreciate those organizations making the effort to serve healthier options. And we, as the Healthy Horizons and Obesity Action Team in the Davis County Extension Office, we go out and do sampling events at those locations just to promote the program and provide free samples to those kids. And I mean, it's amazing. When the fresh fruit is there and available, kids will choose it. When there's Go-Gurt instead of a popsicle, the kids will choose it, you know.
Yes.
The Cheez-Its, if they're whole grain or regular, the kids don't know the difference. So serve them whole grain, you know, just make it healthier. So, you know, it's been great to be out at different locations, you know, at the YMCA, the parks, different places, and do these Better Bites sampling. And the kids will be like, I remember that. I saw that last week at this place, or, you know, I really like that. That's a Better Bites item, which, of course, just thrills me, you know.
Sure, absolutely. Do you see one snack emerging over another? Is there something that kids seem to really go to, or is it because everyone's different, they all choose?
You know, I mentioned the Go-Gurt. The Go-Gurts have been really popular, and we freeze them. So we serve it as like a frozen yogurt popsicle
and in
type.
this heat, I'm certain.
Absolutely. And so the kids love that. And then the baked chips, of course, you know, kids love chips. So just switch it out with the baked version. Those are pretty popular. But again, you know, we've even gone out and just set up oranges, apples, bananas, and Go-Gurt tubes. And the kids just love the fresh fruit and things. So.
Well, and I wanted to ask too, from a financial standpoint, many people will say it is too hard to eat healthy because it's more expensive. Are you seeing any issues with that?
No, really. It's cost
personally,
comparative.
I don't think that's true. I think
you
it
know,
is.
People will say that, and of course it could be that knee-jerk reaction, not wanting to switch to a healthier option, but you're getting positive feedback.
You know, and sometimes when they're at their local grocery store and they're shopping in the healthy section, some of those items, because of branding and marketing, are more expensive. But if you're at your local Owensboro Regional Farmers Market and you're buying fresh fruits and vegetables, you can't beat the prices.
Right.
So, you know.
Or the flavor.
Or the
right,
flavor.
exactly.
And the kids even, I think, and adults surprise themselves sometimes when we're doing samplings. They might think they don't like the taste or flavor of something. They try it, they like it, and that's the beginning of this light bulb going off that creates a greater awareness around healthy eating.
Absolutely. Well, you know, there are so many exciting things going on, and if there's an organization that's watching, or maybe a ball team, because oftentimes parents are in charge of snacks at ball teams and Girl Scout and Boy Scout troops and so forth, and they want more information on Better Bites, how can they find it?
Well, they can get in touch with us through the Healthy Horizons group. There's a Facebook page. We do have a monthly meeting. The Obesity Action Team also meets once a month, and anyone is welcome to join that. They can contact me at the Davis County Extension Office at 270-685-8480. Or anybody on the Obesity Action Team, there's lots of opportunity. We would love to talk to anybody who is interested in the project.
Well, I have to tell you, having sampled some of these items, but I will say I am one of those that's like Mikey. Do you remember that saying, I'll eat anything? That's very true. However, sometimes you really like some of the items you eat, and Better Bites has some amazing items, whether you, for all tastes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just the education of making those small changes over time to improve your health, which then will improve the health of our community.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. I think that the audience has hopefully learned some. I learned some new locations that are going to be offering it, and I think that's a win-win for the community.
Absolutely. Thank
So
you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Stay tuned to Channel 71 for more great community programming.